Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights with Miss JD. Today is technically it's already March 17th, but I am reviewing our stocks for our March 16th performance. So the focus of our discussion today is the banking sector. So I will be reviewing stocks or companies in the said sector. So I will review BDO, Metrobank, SECB, yeah, and the other banks. Okay, so we'll try to cover all of them today. In the meantime, if this is the type of video you want to watch every single day, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Alright, so let us get started. But before I do that, I want to check out what happened to our index first, because as you know, most of these banks are part of the index. Alright, so what we can see here, so I've been plotting this previously. Okay, so my initial plot on the index in my previous videos was around the 6,600 level, around that. And what happened was in the market performance back on this day, which was March 15th, we experienced the breakdown, but slowly we also have to recognize this key level over here, which is our previous resistance. So we could be establishing a support right at this level. So this is starting to show us a good sign over here. This green, but we're not 100% safe yet. The price is still outside of the lower Bollinger Band, but at least we're starting to show some recovery right there. Provided we have to stabilize around the 6,500 level. I see a slow or some signs of bullish divergence here. Price was moving downwards, but your RSI is starting to show an increase over here. So that's one of the things I always closely monitor. When the price goes down, how are we reacting in our RSI? So it's slowly recovering right here. But mind you guys, this is an advanced signal. So sometimes downtrend could still continue and you will see a bullish divergence over here. So it's not, that's why it's not a standalone indicator that you will just rely on. You also have to rely on these things. One, um, the fact that the price is still below the, outside of the lower Bollinger Band, so we're not 100% safe. You also have a support at the 6,500, which is a previous resistance in here. Okay, so that's our outlook for our index. Now, we all know that of course, these banks heavily influence the movement of the index. So let's try to understand what is currently happening in the banking sector. So BDO over here, looking good. I'm seeing still a sideways movement, but in today's performance, we already see an engulfing green candlestick over here. So that means we could see some possible continuation in the coming days. And this is our support area. We're currently very near our support. So if we'll see a fluctuation by tomorrow and price revisits very near the 101 or 102 level, so take advantage of that. So at this point, I'd say even if you're a trader, but mostly I'm addressing this statement to our mid to long term holders for BDO. I'd say this is already a perfect time for you to add more or to enter if this is the first time you'll be entering in this stock, because we are already at a very attractive level. 101 to 102, even better. Plus, of course, as you notice, these blue circles over here, these are the schedules of the dividend releases that they've had. Don't expect too much. Our yield here is just very, very small. So 0.30 times 4, so that's going to be 1 peso something. So that's just approximately 1 point something percent each year. Okay, so that's something to look forward to. I'm just talking about technicals here, and right off the bat I can say that we're already at a very near the support area. Okay, the next bank I'm going to discuss is our MBT. MBT over here sitting at a possible support, which is 44.99, this key area over here. So this big gap that happened right here, this was because of the heavy sell-off during the X date. As you can see, March 2nd was the X date. Personally, I have entered during this period, but I am after the dividend release. Plus the fact that this is a bank, I already had a good uh, experience with BDO. I already exited there with very good profit. Now I'm trying out another midterm to, of course, long term. And I say long term, it will take months, sometimes we reach a year. This time around, this is the only bank that I have in my portfolio, and I'm just closely monitoring this. Hopefully, this sustains at the 44 area or 45 area, then we can add more volume. So far, this is already a support level in the short term. Because this price area was hit multiple times, 3 times already, and we experienced some form of bounce right there. We also have some foreign buying that happened today, so that's another good sign. And if you are to look at the long-term horizon of this stock, then we will see how far are we from the top. So try to check this out. At one point, so in a monthly view, at one point this has reached a price level of around 87 area, right? And we're only just halfway there. So we're just slowly showing some signs of recovery, but it's not a linear climb upwards or to the top. We will experience some fluctuation. So on a monthly view, we resisted at the 52 area. So currently it's trying to create a higher low. We will see if this indeed is the higher low. So I do a Fibonacci, I plot my Fibonacci retracement tool, and I get the point up here. So indeed, yeah, very near. So I was able to plot around 44.86, but the Fibonacci tool is saying that a bounce at the 0.382 area could happen around 45.50, which is very near. So I think, yeah, something to closely monitor as well, because this is very near a bounce level. Next would be uh, SECB. SECB, notice this one over here. We had an aggressive climb, accelerate or bull run, so many terms to use, but we had an increase in the price, and slowly we've created some lower highs and lower lows. So we are still in the profit taking level, but similar to what I said about BDO, if I'm not mistaken, you had a support right here. We've established a support right here, and most likely we will also be creating a support right there. Now what I want to say here is that this is an area, therefore you could see a slightly higher or slightly lower in that level. So this could still be valid, but point here is that we're still outside of the Bollinger Band, so we have to really observe the next possible movements for the stock. But for now, let me just plot just to be sure. There you go, 118. That's the support I am looking at. This one, okay, I think that one, I'm having second thoughts. Let's plot it here. Price also hit this level anyway, and then this was hit twice. So let's try to confirm if 118 is going to hold for this stock. We're also very near the oversold area. So I'm thinking while we move sideways here, it will continue to move towards the oversold level. But this is already very near. Let's try to check how far are we. So there's still a you know a big picture right here. The big picture here is when the stock recovers and go back to the 204 level. But because we're on the conservative side, we don't expect this to happen overnight. So even if, let us say, your profit taking level is the nearest one, let's say up to here, and it could also take some time, guys, mind you. This could also take months before that price level is revisited. Then if it does, that will give you a potential gain of 25%. Some people are already happy with a 15-20% gain. Then of course, set your expectation that it could only be up to this level. So it depends, how patient are you in holding a stock for a much bigger reward, or you want to lock in some gains as the price moves higher, and if it dips, then you can use that buying power to buy some more at the bottom. So at least you know the key levels right now. You have a short-term resistance around the 138 and 148. That is if you want to try and enter at the 118 level. And my take on this is that let's see one more day to confirm that indeed this is a bounce level. And I could be wrong, guys. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor here. We have different profiles, so if it goes against the support that I have plotted here, then, and you don't want to be on a negative for a huge amount, make sure to cut your loss early. When I say cut your loss early, how much is the amount you're willing to let go? Then that's an area you can cut your loss. Because personally, my take here is that I I don't feel comfortable cutting my loss when the amount reaches 15%. So if that's the case, I'd rather wait. But if I'm able to cut my loss early, sometimes 2%, 3%, and I feel that this is not heading in the direction I want, I cut my loss early. That's the comfort area that I have. Okay, so my reminder for you guys, if you want to apply a cut loss or stop loss in your trades, do it very early. And it's only you who can determine where that is. So at this point, for example, 119 is our, or 118 is our support area. How far are you from that level? Let's say, are you willing to lose 2.6%? If that's your only threshold, you have to exit around 118 or 115 area. Okay, so that's a reminder. All right, the next is east-west. East-west is also looking the same. It looks the same as our BDO, our SECB, right? They almost look the same. So same advice. Let's try to observe at the 940 level, and let's see if it is going to create a support right here. But overall, let's try to understand where the bigger picture is. Wow, this one is massive. This has reached 24 peso level back in 2018, and it is now only at around 940 area. So let's wait for some more confirmation that will indeed tell us that this is a support area, and that's the time we enter. Anyway, we are already at the oversold level, guys. As you can see, we're sitting around the 20-ish area. So that means this is already looking very, very attractive. Okay, so far we have reviewed BDO, Metrobank, SECB, East-West. And the last stock that I want to review is Union Bank. What's the, here, there, UBP. All right, UBP, wow, this has already climbed significantly, guys. Notice this is already a price increase by 38, 40%, and now we are at the profit taking level. So if I may recommend here, I'd say if you want to choose between this and the other banks, I'd go for the best bet for me is BDO. BDO for me has the most attractive setup at the moment. Union Bank, this I don't see an attractive setup there. We're bound to potentially drop some more in this case. We've crossed the MA20 line going to the lower section of the Bollinger Band. So if we continue to trigger this lower band, chances are we will have continuation and more decline in the coming days. Similar to this theory over here, when the price gets triggered at the upper band, chances are there will be a continuation moving up. Okay, so those are my pointers between these stocks that I have mentioned one last time. This is also good, but BDO for me is the best setup if you are just about to enter the stock. All right. So I think that is it for now. Those are my insights for these banks in the Philippine market. If you want to have a bank in your portfolio, then you may choose from these companies. But personally, I'm saying BDO has the most attractive setup for me. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching and bye bye for now.